This is the first episode of Nicki and Vikki Sista Sunday. We're dropping it. We're together. We're doing it.
Yes, we are. Welcome to Sista Sunday. I'm so surprised you gave it the Sista Sunday name because I thought we were going to call it Wind Down.
I know, but see, I don't drink and I can't be untrue to myself.
But you went all the way from Wind Down to Sunday.
Well, it's Sunday. And it seems to be the only day, you know, I got my magnesium calm with ice water.
Magnesium calm ice water. Well, you know, I'm sitting here in between hot flashes, so
Lord,
let's do it.
But really, one of the things that we started to do this is because we always wanted to talk about your process in making films and how difficult it is, you know.
Right.
Because we got to know each other because of your movie, and here I'm gonna show the poster. Just talk through.
Show the poster and show the trailer. Okay, which poster are you going to show?
But first, I want you to talk through all the film festival, the darling that you were here. Hold on.
Oh my God. The film festival stuff was. Oh yeah, look at all the laurels. Oh, okay. Let me put my glasses on so I can read all of the laurels. It's so fun. So we premiered at the American Black Film Festival, ABFF, in Miami, which was amazing. And it was a sold out crowd, standing room only, a phenomenal experience. And then we went from there to Essence. And then actually we started before ABFF at Marché du Film at Cannes Film Festival. And that was amazing as well. I mean, it was just all a dream come true to be able to be in France with the film, and then Miami, and then Essence Fest. And then there was a little bit of a pause. And then we really started kicking in the fall.
Yeah.
Where we went to Tallgrass, and the film won. I won Outstanding First Feature, which was amazing. Yeah. And then Heartland, which was an amazing festival. And then Austin Film Festival, we got our first nomination. We were nominated for Best Narrative Feature Award for the Jury Prize, which is in and of itself at the Austin Film Festival. That's a really big deal. Then we went on to the DTLA Film Festival here in LA, and we won Best Picture and the Audience Award, which was fantastic. And then we were in Denver. We were at the Black Harvest Film Festival. I mean, it was just like mind-blowing. And then we just wrapped up, not just, but the last festival I did was Pan-African Film Festival.
Yeah.
And finally, we sold the film, and we're working on distribution right now. So
yeah, I know it's a lift. You know, let me just get this big part of it out of the way. You know, I'm going to occasionally pop up a QR code.
Yes. Oh, because now we're in the last stages, and I've partnered with Wocstar, with you guys, Victoria and Gayla, to raise the last funds we need to get the film in the theater, pay for the posters, pay for the marketing, pay for the advertising, so that we can raise awareness for the film so people can actually know it exists. Right now, just the people we met at the film festivals in, like, you know, Wichita and Indianapolis, but we want to be able to reach folks in Atlanta and Houston and more people in Denver, and that takes dollars. So we are raising dollars, and I'm thrilled about people being able to see this film and some of the things that we talk about in Summer of Violence. So
I'm going to try to play the trailer. I'm going to try to play the trailer. I'm going to try.
Let's play the trailer. Let's see if this works.
Technical difficulties. We're going to try. Okay? Let's see what happens when I press this button.
The summer of violence continues to take lives with the death.
They stole the summer, gave it a new name. I've been writing some poems.
This was part of the plan, an internship before your first year.
That's what you planned, Dad.
It's your life. You're shacking up with that white boy. Next thing you'll be pregnant.
This is way too serious. I'd never even dated a black girl before, and I never wanted it to be my life.
Forget about your dad. Forget about Richie. You're gonna love Denver. What about summer love?
I'll show you some.
Summer hope, summer dreams, freedom. That's how you see me?
Yeah.
Summer. They say violence is random, but it can't be random when it keeps happening on the same 6 blocks, killing the same black bodies. It's not random, it's personal. So stop saying it's random, because it can't ever be random. when it feels so damn personal to me.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, that's so funny. I say awesome is my whole movie. Wow.
I know. Well, it is awesome. It is. You know what? Feel that. Feel that.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen the trailer in a while. I haven't, because I've been shifting into this new phase of selling and marketing and fundraising. I haven't looked at the film. I haven't had my creative hat on, and gosh, it feels like months. It feels like months I've been in this one. So to see it again, I'm like, oh yeah, there's this really cool movie we made. And it is such a personal story for me. I think for I hope a lot of women identify with, trying to find your voice, trying to survive violence, not only the violence in the town around you, but violence is happening to you personally. And because the point of the movie for me making it was talking about how this young woman survives this summer, survives the things that happened to her, and how there's hope on the other side of some of these things that we have to go through. What are you listening to? Why are we still listening to the hey?
Because I just remember to take it off.
Wait, we got this is like the waiting room music. We out the waiting room. We're in the show.
It did not play during the trailer. Trust me on that.
No, it's all good. But that's just so funny. I'm like, what is happening right now? We have our own band, people. We got our own band. No, but the whole point was that there's hope, because this woman, she goes through a lot of things, but I think all women every day are going through some shit. And in spite of it, how did this woman get through it? She used her art. I use my art. And how do you use your art to find your voice? What other ways are there to find your voice so that you can keep going and have the life that you were born to live? So it excites me for women everywhere to be able to see this film. And I hope that people find hope in the story and have the strength, to just keep going another day through whatever you're struggling with. Because so many of us have been there. It's funny because, I'm older now, and I have a young, she's not young like a kid. She's in college, but she's in life, and she's out there in the world, and shit happens. And it's just, I think it's up to us to keep talking to women who are coming up behind us about how to navigate. Because I think about the things that our mothers went through, our grandmothers went through. I mean,
they didn't talk about any of it.
Nobody talks about it. So I'm trying. I really want to. We should be talking about everything.
Yeah.
We should be talking about all the things. There'll be no secrets.
Yeah.
And I think, and that's really why I hate to get on my soapbox, so I'm going to right quick.
All right.
But that is why
we should call this Nicki Vikki soapbox.
Nicki Vikki. So I'm just gonna get on my soapbox right quick. This is why women, particularly Black women, must tell their stories.
Yes.
Everybody's always quoting Malcolm X, and the most disrespected woman in the world is the Black woman. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you, this is why we must speak out. We must find our voice. So making this movie is my exercise in finding my voice and trying to speak out for us and create this art so that we can start speaking and being heard, and people can start seeing things from our perspective, so they don't say stupid shit like, why didn't she just leave? I'm so tired of people not
or just not even believing,
not believing, not understanding.
Unless there's a video from a hotel.
So triggered.
Yeah.
So triggering. So triggering.
Yeah.
What's funny about there's a sexual assault scene in the film, and what always struck me, and then there's a scene, this is a spoiler, but you need to see the movie anyway. Don't listen to this one part. Shh. So there's a scene, she's in the hospital and she wakes up, she's strapped down. She's not naked, but she's in bra and panties, and the police are over her demanding she do a breathalyzer, and it's a very traumatic scene. It's one of the most traumatic scenes in the film. It was one of the most traumatic to shoot. We shot it pretty early on, and it was traumatic to watch it being shot. I remember it was a closed set, so it was me, the script supervisor, and my producer Furus behind the monitor, and every take we were just in tears. Just the idea, this Black woman strapped down, half naked or mostly naked, and these white people, this cop surrounding her, and her like being alone, and just, and everyone looked at me like, that happened to you? I'm like, it was worse. But and I talk about, and what was struck me about it was when we did the festivals, people asked about a lot of things, but no one ever asked about that scene. I was just like, that's wild. And I feel like sometimes we're afraid to talk about these really hard things, but I think we should be talking about them. Like I said, there should be no secrets. We should be talking about all the stuff, because if we don't talk about it, then people walk around thinking that what they're going through is somehow insurmountable.
Yeah.
Or they can't speak out about it. But the more we normalize coming out and talking about this stuff, then hopefully we don't have people I just want to normalize, speaking about the trauma that happens to you in the way that's comfortable for you. I would love for everyone to press charges if they had it in them. I know that's not for everybody, but certainly I don't want people. I hate to be in a world where just by speaking out you get victimized all over again.
Yeah,
and
the process is not friendly to the victim.
No, it's still not friendly, and we're 2024, and it's still so hard for women to come forward. And a lot of times, even if you win the case, you're still losing.
Right. I mean, at the end of the road, there's still a trauma. There's still something to process. There's still something to deal with.
And now it's public, and yeah. So, it was definitely triggering, and I definitely feel for Cassie, and I feel for every woman who has been, assaulted, domestic violence, and it's just a horrible, 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 disgusting thing.
Yeah. You know what I know?
That Indazaki Shanage poem, Color Girls, right?
Yes.
For color girls who've considered suicide when the rainbow is enough.
Yes.
So there's another poem, there's another play she did afterwards.
Gayla, CEO of Wocstar,
yes,
was one of the producers. Yeah, was one of the producers in the remounting of that production.
So there's a poem, and she's a big advocate for women and speaking out against domestic violence and sexual assault. And one of the poems is not in Color Girls. It's in a choreo poem she wrote afterwards. And I don't remember the title of it. I have to look it up. But one of the key lines is, every 6 seconds a woman is raped. And it really just like struck me. She goes through the stats of a woman being beaten and assaulted, and just how the shit women are dealing with every day. Every day. So we got to find our voice. We have to speak out in whatever way that we can. And mine is, of course, making art. But that's why we have to do it. I think it's important. It should be a movement, that we start speaking out.
That, it's also, it comes from also a place of when you're receiving that information, how you receive it. I think we have to also sort of change that narrative that happens. A lot of times you'll hear a story, you'll hear a report, and I worked in broadcast news for a very long time. And I can tell you without a doubt, there's always sort of like a side eye to reports of things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying from journalists, I'm saying from I'll tell somebody a story about something that happened in the news. Oh, so-and-so XYZ happened. And it will usually be like, oh, well, why didn't she leave? Why didn't she call the cops? Why didn't she report? Why did she stay? And
I don't think people understand the psyche, what happens to you when you're in those types of situations. I think people don't understand what's in a person's head and how debilitating abuse can be. That was one of the goals of the film, was to get you in her head, so it starts off with her father abandoning her, disowning her. To me, that's a violent act, and so that has an impact on you. And so you start making different decisions. And I wanted to, it's important, I think, for us to get inside the head to have empathy or sympathy. Is it empathy? I think it's empathy.
It can be
To
both.
have empathy, we need to get inside people's head and start to see it from their point of view. We're so quick to judge, and slow to understand and slow to see the perspective. But I do want to comment though on, it's particularly interesting being Black, because we've come up where Black men have been accused by white women of, a whistle, a wink, an assault, or whatever, and falsely accused.
Yeah, very much so. Famous cases. Yeah.
And this is a reality. And so I think it's this weird, like, once again, as Black women, we're in this weird, like, on this line.
Yeah.
With both things being true, so it's weird. So it's like, yes, believe women. And at the same time, but what about over there? So it's like,
I mean, I think that we can only sort of deal with the realities of what's happening to us and our gender, like, this is not the same thing. But for example, there was a, like we said, we're going to go on TikTok. So this is what made me think of it. There was a TikTok video, I don't know if you saw it, about a woman who was hit for not giving a man her IG.
Yeah.
And
no,
so,
but I know that. But I know I've lived that life.
Yeah,
basically, what?
The man beat her up.
Oh no, I'm not surprised. I remember walking around the Astrodome. We were kids, like walking around. We were teenagers out. If you didn't give some guy your phone number,
yeah, kickback is intense. But here's the thing that I'm saying is that the comment section and that the women on TikTok were just like, not being
nice,
supportive.
Well, what they say, Victoria, like, just break it down.
I didn't memorize it, but it was sort of just like, just giving it to him, or
should have just given it to him. Why would you give your IG? I
don't know. But again, shifting the blame, shifting the responsibility.
Well, because we've been indoctrinated. There's a book, Taming the Beast, and it's all about women avoiding, dealing with, dodging toxic men.
Well, do you know the bear, right? The bear in the woods. That's going on.
I don't know that one. No.
Okay. You're in the woods. This is all over the internet, girl. Where you been? I know.
Not on the
fundraising. So you're in the woods. Would you rather be alone in the woods and see a bear or a man you don't know? And all over the internet, bear.
That's a sad
statement, right? Right. And the men on these webs of internet,
what are they saying? You're like, why would you choose that?
Confused. And one woman said, confused. One woman said, well, I know that if I got attacked by a bear and I reported it, I would be believed. Ooh. Facts.
Oh, that's just really painful.
It's painful.
Wow, that's really painful. It's a painful truth. Well, it's painful because, I'm raising a son.
Yeah.
Who I want to be an amazing man. I think he is already, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do we raise them not to be toxic and crazy when part of the problem is the norms that happen? Like, remember when that whole thing, like, oh, that's just locker room talk. Remember that whole thing? Right, like the normalness of just being dismissive of women.
Right.
That's
it's about power, right? And so when we try to strip somebody of their power, there's pushback, and that's and we're just, and I know for me, I'm just like not having it. I just don't have any kind of negative behavior for men at all. I'm just, it's off-putting, and that's what happens.
I also understand women who choose to give up the IG just to keep going, just to move on, because it's easy. Here's my IG, block, fuck you.
Yeah. I come up with have a fake IG. Just be like, here you go. I want to put up the code again that people can go to.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, this is the code. Scan it or go to wocstarmedia.com where you can.
And everyone should know it's a tax-deductible donation.
Tax-deductible, 100%.
And it's not only supporting the movie, it's supporting a female entrepreneur.
100%.
And really creating a landscape where we can have more of us creating our content, owning our content, and being able to get it out into the world to the audience.